Hey everybody, Brannon Beliso here. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. I'm going to go get a haircut. I'm going to take the day off, give you a few minutes to get on with me. Today I really want to talk to you about what helps me that may help you in creating not only a sustainable, growth-oriented business, but a happy, quality life. I think the big thing I've learned, especially being so exposed in social media with my message of service and everything that I do, is that you put yourself in the line of fire. I think we all do every day. Every one of us put ourselves in the line of fire. We do that as martial arts instructors. We do that as servants to the community. We do that as small business owners. And many times we have to take it on the chin because we want our business to grow. We don't want bad reviews. We don't want bad press, right? I understand all that. So it takes a lot of tolerance. It takes a lot of restraint. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of patience. It requires many things to be able to fulfill our clients' needs as well as maintain our own personal integrity. That's a big one. I've learned that a lot because, of course, there's that knee-jerk reaction, that gut instinct that simply wants to tell people to maybe, get out of my school, or you're just a hater, and that's the way people behave. But I really strive for that balance, and what's really taught me that is life skills such as acceptance, tolerance, patience, understanding, empathy, forgiveness, things that require me to live from a place without ego, without resentment, without fear, without jealousy, without judgment, without envy. All those human qualities that make us human, yet they serve no purpose. They serve no purpose. So I find that delicate balance is really important. And I always say, take the higher road. And these types of cliches have been around for centuries and centuries and centuries, because you know what? They do hold weight. And to be able to take the high road in many of the situations, whether it's somebody bashing you at social media, whether it's a parent writing you a bad review, whether it's you having to take one on the chin and bite your tongue when a parent has a need and you may not necessarily agree with them, really does elevate you. It takes you to your higher self, to your better self. But it does require that tolerance and that processing of whatever that information that's coming at you to be able to say, okay, this requires empathy, this requires patience, this requires acceptance. It's so easy to go off the handle for many people and just simply behave from ego or fear or that need to win. As competitive as we are, we even have to win arguments, we have to win conversations. But I have learned it will not grow my business, it will not better things for my team. I'm big on accountability, I'm big on holding people at the highest level, but I'm not big on being disrespectful, I'm not big on the lack of integrity, I'm not big on behavior like that. I don't think it represents the Buddha spirit, the martial arts spirit, and I need to be mindful of that, even in my own Facebook Live posts, right? So, beyond those great life skills that take us to our higher self, I'm going to ask you on top of that, which is kind of the reverse of it all, is to be true to yourself, is to really be in tune with who you are and what it is that you need, not what somebody else's need, right? You can look at somebody else and go, they have ABC, I don't, they're better off than I am. Believe me, nobody's better off than anybody else in many of the situations. It's just our perception. Everybody has their own challenges, everybody has their own set of problems, everybody has their own fears, and no amount of money is going to erase that. So please understand that. People think, you got it made now, and no, it's not true. I still work hard, I still have fears, I still, suffer from the condition of being human, as we all do. So I'm okay with that. I want to be perfect in my imperfections. I embrace that. To be perfect in my imperfections. I embrace that wholeheartedly. I encourage you to do the same. Because I think many times in the martial arts industry, people, including ourselves, put us up on this pedestal, using words like master. And I know that's the protocol in many of the martial arts styles. I'm very reluctant when somebody calls me Master Beliso. It's just not something that resonates with me at a heart level. I'm the master of nothing. If anything, I'm a master of being a student. That's what I am. I love learning. I love growing. I love making mistakes, just not the same ones over and over. So it's very easy to get put up on that pedestal, and I think it's very detrimental to our growth. You know why? Because many times we're afraid to take chances because we don't want to make mistakes and look bad. The number one reason why most adults don't do things they should, activity-wise, martial arts, is because they don't want to look bad. Little marketing sidebar. When you're promoting your martial arts program, share that. You will not get hurt. We work at your own pace. All we care about is what you feel. You know, reassure them they will not look bad. That's the number one concern of adults psychologically when they do new activities. So if I don't set things up where people put me on a pedestal, where I put myself on a pedestal, where I, perpetrate the fraud and give that perception that I'm the master, you're the lowly student, bow before me, raise me up. I offer myself the best opportunity at learning and growth. Many of it's out there in our industry, the professed messiahs, the gurus, right? That's scary. That's very scary, scary, scary. When you start believing your own hype like that, where you're going to write it and copy, profess it at your website, like you're some messiah, wow. That's a dangerous, slippery slope to be walking on. Because when you fall, you're going to fall hard and you're going to fall deep. And so I want to wake up every day, say I'm a dork, strap on my white belt, and be human. Because being human allows me the opportunity to experiment, to explore, to create, to make mistakes. And people are a lot more forgiving. They're a lot more tolerant of me because I offer them that in kind. I offer them forgiveness. I offer them tolerance. I offer them patience. Super, super, super powerful. Super powerful. And if I'm allowed to create, I'm allowed to explore, I'm allowed to make mistakes, then I have that freedom to definitely create something innovative. You feel me? So think about that today. Got to be in tune with yourself as well as being super in tune with other people. Let me say I got a question here, Lorenzo. Do I have any advice on the Mom's Morning Class? Well, what the Mom's Morning Class was, very simply, it was something we gave at a silent auction. And a mom bought it for, I think, $250. They'll come in and do a morning kickboxing class with us, Lorenzo. And after the kickboxing class, they will have brunch at our school, and we supply all of it because they want it in this auction. And hopefully from that they might be inspired to want to sign up for some kickboxing classes. We'll have some kind of call to offer there for them and put it out. Anybody who signs up a day for kickboxing, you'll save this much money. We'll put that out there, but we will not push it. It will sit there openly on the front counter in display for them, but we will not push it. Huge difference with us, okay? We don't push things at events like that. What a great way to ruin a birthday party. You do this magnificent birthday party, then you start selling stuff. Don't do that. The birthday celebrant's the highlight, they're the star. Keep it that way, please, from front to back. Cool? I hope I answered that question for you, Lorenzo. So getting back to that, that's a big thing I've learned. I remember the stress I felt when I was a state champion and everybody was gunning for me, and my father would tolerate nothing less than first place. That's a lot of stress to put on a kid, and it's a lot more stress to put on yourself. So I was very mindful over the weekend not to do that to my son. What I said to him, though, is you're a winner. You know why? Before the tournament ever stopped, because you prepared properly. So I think it's important. Don't put yourself on a pedestal. Don't master this, master that, and be human. Be human. I make tons of mistakes every day, and I think people are more forgiving and people are more tolerant of me because I let them know I made a mistake. I apologize promptly. I've even posted videos where I apologize to people because I did something wrong or it was taken out of context. I think that's super, super important, and it's even very endearing to your clients when they see that you suffer from the same humanity they do, that you're not some superhuman being. It's amazing the miracles that can happen with that, as far as people being able to communicate with you, people being able to get in there with you. Cool? What's Jeremy got to say? Yeah. I tell my students that all the time. I've made more mistakes than you have. That's why I keep on practicing. And I agree that we all need to do that. Because also as I'm getting older, I'm not as fast as I used to be. I'm not as strong as I used to be. And I'm going to stumble and fumble more than I did when I was in my prime in my early 20s. So that sense of humanity is important too. Because I don't believe as older martial artists we should stop practicing. And I see that too. they're so insecure and so fear-based because they've always put themselves on such a pedestal that they just stop. They stop training with their students because their students are now faster, stronger, they can kick higher. Don't do that. Be the best example you can with what you've got. That's been super powerful in my development, in the past 5 to 10 years. Super, super powerful. Super powerful. And I said all the time, if I'm a great teacher, you should be better than me, right? And I think going back to that, being in tune with yourself, being in tune with your clients, also be in tune with what your message is. Who are you? What's your vision, man? What is it that you want to leave in this world? For all the women and male instructors, what is it? Anybody can teach the martial arts. It's come down to that. They don't know the difference, but they do know if it resonates with them as a heart level. And here's my take on that. This morning we're doing some editing for the new It's Time Live series that we just finished in April, which will be available for everybody. And I have one seminar that's called Create a Success Mindset. And the opening line is just, every one of you are a miracle. That was the opening line of this seminar I did. And I told them, that's the magic right there. Every one of you are a miracle. That's powerful. So you see how that connected with people? It's very heartfelt. It's very true. And we all want to believe we're miracles, right? So that's an example of content. That's an example of marketing that goes beyond anything you could sell. You feel me? And it's very true to my heart. Hey, what's up, Roger, sir? And it's very, very true to my heart. Jeremy. So it's very true to my heart. So think about that. So stop for a moment and ask yourself, is there any luggage, anything we can do to strip away those types of behaviors so we're more transparent with ourselves and with people, that we're more honest with ourselves and with people, that we're more human with ourselves and with people? Is there? Take out a piece of paper, write down a couple of those things. Write them down. Because it takes so much energy to perpetrate a fraud. It takes so much energy to prop myself up. Look at me, I'm master. Oh, please. When I grew up, it was sensei and it was seafood. That was it. Somewhere along the line, it became master and professor and grandmaster, and I think there's, what's a new one that's out there? Eternal grandmaster. Eternal. So even when you die, you're eternally a grandmaster. I guess that's how that goes. And whoa. So please be careful with that. I found, as I shared, I'm going to close with that, my biggest success is my ability to be humble enough to say, hey, I want to try this. Hey, I made a mistake. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, we're all equal. As I said, we're all one in our school, right? We're all one. That's very, very important to me because I want to train until they put me in the ground. And the only way I'm going to be allowed to train is if I can be able to be humble enough to say, yeah, I'm 55. Yeah, I'm 60. Yeah, I'm 65. Yeah, I'm 70. For 70, I'll do the best I can. Cool? So, as I shared, the It's Time Live series is coming out very shortly. We were doing some editing today. The content looks great. The information looks great. You're definitely going to want to pick them up. I know a lot of people couldn't attend the event just a couple weeks back, which was sold out, but you're going to be able to have it, to watch it in the comfort of your own home. Cool? Hey, and this Friday I got my Rainmaker Q&A webinar. I'm going to cover the Mother's Day party format everybody wanted. I'm going to cover birthdays for you, okay? Mother's Day and birthday and Father's Day, what we do uniquely that makes it such a huge retention tool, huge way to build our culture and community. All right? All right, I'm out of here. This is Brannon Beliso. Until we talk again, please, please, please share this with everybody, and you go out there and live your best.